As Nigeria has grown under power outages, the Minister for Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, is once again assuring the nation that the government is working round the clock to solve the problem. According to him, the federal government has a plan to complete 47 transmission projects this year in this year's budget, and that if adequate gas can be supplied, epileptic power supply will be a thing of the past. Mr. Fashola was speaking on our breakfast program, Sunrise Daily.
It's a very hot season of the year, and I see my children too, sweating, heat rash, and looking at me is like, look, what are you doing about this thing? But let me be very clear, this problem can be solved, but it just needs some more detailed and methodical approach. Now, first work to do is supply more gas. So without gas, I'm like a generator owner who can't get fuel, so I can't power my plants. And I know that the Ministry of Petroleum Resources is working hard first to overcome that problem. We had plans that we had agreed on to provide more gas to all of those struggling power plants which didn't have gas. So there are errors of planning of yesterday, but there are errors that can be corrected. There are omissions of yesterday. Proper planning to build a power plant and arrange that simultaneously when the power plant is completed, the gas input is also completed. Aba Enugu Disco had a standoff. They were in court for about 2-3 years. Money was being lost. We've resolved that now. It's just to tidy the paperwork now that issues new licenses and breaks up the distribution into two. And hopefully by the end of the year, because the project was reported to be very, very far gone, hopefully before the end of this year, that can be resolved. Now, as we do that, many people will get connected. Now, the point you're making about power outage, let me also make this point. In the last 1 year, there were parts of the country, unfortunately, they probably don't have the media presence, that didn't have energy at all because they were not connected. Some of the parts of the northeast that had their transmission lines damaged have been restored. We've completed transmission projects in places like Okada, in places like Makurdi. And so that 5,000 that went to 3,000, those people who didn't partake at all are now getting some energy. The story is a mixed blessing, mixed story. What we get, after 8 months, after 6 months, we now have power. I know that in the next few weeks to months, the next question is, our power has gone out because it's not sustained, because it's still not enough. So what was enough? What wasn't enough? We still have to share, and more people get hooked up. But there's a plan to complete 47 transmission projects in this year's budget, and I believe that we can do it, even if the budget is passed today.